If you are watching this video, there is a reasonable chance that you already know what burnout feels like. The persistent exhaustion that a good night's sleep does not fix. The creeping sense that nothing you do at work actually matters. The difficulty concentrating on things that used to come easily. The feeling of going through the motions while something essential has gone quiet. Burnout is not laziness, and it is not weakness. It is a physiological and psychological response to sustained stress without sufficient recovery. And it is one of the most common professional experiences in 2026, affecting people across every industry, every seniority level, and every type of organization. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 practical ways to use AI to address burnout. Not as a replacement for professional support, which I will address in a moment, but as a set of genuinely useful tools for understanding what is happening, removing the causes where possible, and rebuilding the conditions that allow you to do your best work again. One important note before we start: if you are experiencing severe or prolonged burnout, or if it is affecting your mental health significantly, please speak to your GP or a qualified mental health professional. This video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional care. Strategy 1 is diagnosing your burnout. Because burnout is not one thing, and the strategies that address it depend entirely on understanding which specific combination of causes applies to your situation. Research identifies 3 primary dimensions of burnout: exhaustion, physical and emotional depletion from sustained overload; cynicism, emotional detachment and a loss of meaning in your work; and reduced efficacy, the feeling that your efforts are not producing results and that you are no longer capable of the work you once did easily. Most people experiencing burnout have a dominant dimension, the one that is affecting them most severely. And addressing the wrong dimension with the wrong strategy produces little improvement. AI helps you identify your dominant dimension quickly and specifically. Open Claude and describe your current experience honestly, not a summary. A specific account of what a typical working day feels like right now, which parts of your work feel most draining, and what has changed compared to 6 or 12 months ago. Then ask Claude to help you identify which dimension of burnout is most dominant in what you have described, what the most likely underlying causes are based on your account, and what the 3 most relevant categories of action would be given your specific profile. The output will not be a clinical diagnosis. What it will be is a structured reflection that surfaces patterns you may not have articulated before. Because putting your experience into words and having them reflected back in an organized way is itself a meaningful step toward understanding what is actually happening. Strategy 2 is automating the tasks that drain you most. And this is where AI provides the most immediate and practical relief. Burnout research consistently identifies what psychologists call effort-reward imbalance as one of its primary drivers. When the effort a task requires significantly outweighs the value it produces, or the recognition it receives, that task drains energy at a disproportionate rate. The administrative work that nobody notices, the repetitive reporting that takes 3 hours and produces a document nobody reads, the communication tasks that feel endless but move nothing forward. AI cannot remove these tasks from your job description, but it can dramatically reduce the effort they require, which changes the effort-reward ratio significantly. Identify the 3 tasks in your current role that you find most draining relative to the value they produce. Then spend 1 session exploring how AI can compress the time each one takes. Email drafting, report generation, meeting note preparation, research and summarization, data formatting and analysis. For most professionals, these tasks together account for between 30 and 50% of their working week. Compressing them to a fraction of their current time does not just save hours, it removes a specific category of depletion that compounds over weeks and months. The energy that returns when you stop spending it on tasks that exhaust you without rewarding you is significant. Strategy 3 is rebuilding your boundaries. And this is the strategy most people know they need and find hardest to actually do. Boundary failures are one of the most common causes of sustained burnout. Saying yes to requests you should decline, being reachable at hours that should belong to recovery, taking on work that falls outside your role because refusing feels professionally risky. Over time, the cumulative effect of these boundary failures is a working life that has gradually expanded to fill every available space, leaving no room for the recovery that prevents burnout from deepening. AI helps with this in a way that most people do not expect. The hardest part of setting a boundary is not knowing what to say. It is finding the words that are assertive enough to be effective, but professional enough not to damage the relationship. This is exactly the kind of communication challenge that AI handles well. Give Claude the specific situation where you need to set a boundary. An email you need to write declining a request, a conversation with a manager about your workload, a response to a colleague who has overstepped. Describe the relationship, the power dynamic, and the outcome you need to achieve. Ask it to write 3 versions of the communication: one direct, one diplomatic, and one that addresses the likely objection you are most worried about. Then, edit the version that fits your situation to sound like your voice. Having the words in front of you removes the most significant barrier to having the conversation. And having the conversation removes the boundary that is feeding the burnout. Strategy 4 is redesigning your workday. And this is the strategy that produces the most sustained improvement once the immediate causes of burnout have been addressed. Most people's working days are structured around calendar invitations and incoming requests rather than around their own energy. Meetings are scheduled at times that fragment the periods when they do their best work. Deep focus work is squeezed into whatever gaps remain. The result is a day that is constantly reactive, never quite in control, and systematically works against the conditions under which most people do their best thinking. AI helps you redesign your day around your energy rather than your diary. Give Claude a description of your current typical working day. The meetings, the tasks, the context switching, the times when you feel sharpest and when you fade. Ask it to redesign your ideal working day based on energy management principles. Protecting your peak cognitive hours for deep work. Batching similar tasks together to reduce the energy cost of context switching. Building recovery time into the structure, rather than hoping it happens naturally. And creating clear boundaries between working time and recovery time. Then, ask it to help you identify which of the meetings in your current week are genuinely necessary, and which could be an email, a short update, or simply removed. The average professional attends significantly more meetings than they need to, and each unnecessary meeting fragments the deep work time that produces the most meaningful results. Strategy 5 is rebuilding your motivation. And this is the most personal of the 5 strategies, because motivation that has been depleted by burnout does not return through willpower or discipline. It returns through reconnection. Burnout disconnects people from their sense of purpose, from the reason the work matters beyond the immediate task list. The cynicism dimension of burnout specifically erodes the feeling that what you do has meaning, and rebuilding it requires actively reconnecting with what originally made the work worthwhile, and with a clear picture of where you want your work and your life to go. AI helps with this through structured reflection. Ask Claude to help you write answers to 3 specific questions. What did you value most about your work before the burnout began? What would your working life look like in 2 years if things went well? And what is the smallest change you could make in the next 7 days that would make your work feel even slightly more aligned with what matters to you? These questions are not new. What AI adds is the ability to engage with your answers, push back on vague responses, and help you translate abstract values into concrete actions. The professional who can clearly articulate what they are working toward and why has a significantly more robust foundation against future burnout than one who is simply working hard in a direction they have never stopped to examine. Those are 5 practical strategies for using AI to address burnout. Diagnose which dimension is affecting you most. Automate the tasks that drain you without rewarding you. Rebuild the boundaries that have eroded. Redesign your workday around your energy. And reconnect with the motivation that the burnout has obscured. None of these is a complete solution on its own, and none of them replaces the support of a professional if your burnout is severe. What they are is a set of practical, immediately available tools for understanding your situation more clearly and taking meaningful action on the parts of it you can change. The AI Proof. Your career guide in the description has the complete framework for using AI to build a more sustainable, rewarding career. 14 pages and an instant download. Subscribe for new videos every Monday and Thursday, and drop a comment below. Which of these 5 strategies resonates most with where you are right now? I read every single one.